Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Jesslyn. I'm a multi-passionate creative who is addicted to all things arts, crafts, and design. Today, I wanted to do something a little different. While my hands are busy building these two famous painting block sets that I got from Taobao from my trip to Shanghai earlier this June, I want to sit down and tell you the story of how I started my self-employment journey. Because if you're someone who is dreaming about doing your own thing, but you are scared or you feel like you're not ready or you just don't know where to start, I really hope that this video gives you that little nudge, that courage, that my story is a little reminder to you that you are allowed to just start even when everything is messy and you are still figuring it out. So grab a drink, get cozy, and let's build together. Alright, so let's start from the very beginning where I want to tell you the story of why I left my full time. So your girl here did have a 9 to 5 life and I'm about to tell you everything. So I'm just gonna keep it short. So for me, I'm 28 this year and I actually graduated from university during the COVID time. So you know when COVID hits, the society wasn't really doing well. Like I mean the economy wasn't doing well. It was really hard to land a decent full-time job, which is why my first 9 to 5 job was an apprentice. And I did that about 1 year and then I moved into a consultant role. So consultancy was actually my legit first 9 to 5 job. And I lasted for about 1.5 years, which makes that 2.5 years in a 9 to 5 life. And when I hit that mark, I made the decision to quit. And honestly, there wasn't a specific moment where I decide to quit or like there's a specific moment that lead to the decision, but I feel that it is a build up over time, like all the internship, apprentice, 9 to 5, hustling. I just feel that in my gut feeling that it isn't for me. I know that for those of you who are listening to this will relate to what I am saying. Sometimes your body just reacts negatively. So for me, I become really depressed. I wasn't happy. I was ranting every day. I wasn't grateful and I just didn't like that version of me. And I just decided to quit. And when I decided to quit, honestly, I didn't have a plan of what to do. I just wanted to slack at home and just see what life has to give and just figure it out. And at that point, I was thinking freelancing is also going the self-employment route. And was I scared? I think I was more excited than scared, but I know I have to try because if 9 to 5 life don't work, then I have to make self-employment work, right? So, which leads us to the year one of self-employment, which I call the messy beginning. So, I basically tried everything during my first year, everything that popped up on my FYP, you name it, I tried it. So things like doing survey for money, I tried lots of it. If you want to try that, user testing is the best so far. And then there are like playing games, those ads that put out like play games while earning money, this kind of thing. I tried it, but all of this doesn't really give you a high ROI. So eventually I moved on from it. The first thing that I really did try out, which is my first income stream ever, is selling digital products on Etsy shop. So this was the first business model that was so interesting to me when I first started. The model is like you made a digital products, maybe a PDF, a mini course, or even an audio, and then you just do it once and you sell it over and over again without having to do the fulfillment and shipment, which usually costs a lot of time. And this idea really excites me so much that I eventually did this for the entire year. So because I wanted to get results fast, I did invest in a course and a mentorship package. I'm not going to name the course over here because it honestly didn't help me much to gain result. Right now, at the time of filming, I'm just leaving it there and letting it, roll. I'm not really doing anything to it. I would recommend the course, but this actually teach me a lesson on mentorship. You shouldn't be learning from just anyone. You need to do your due diligence and research about the mentor you are learning from to see if you align with their values or like how they did to get the results. So for me, it isn't that I don't like the mentor, it's just that we have a niche. So what I was looking for is to sell digital product, but the mentor that I was learning from, how she grew her Etsy shop was actually through handmade products. So you see the mismatch there. And this resulted that, when I went in, a lot of techniques and strategies that she was teaching wasn't really applicable to digital products. And during the sales call, it's sales, right? They will try to convince you and say that, oh, our course include digital products pre on demand. If you want to sell Etsy shop, it covers everything. So these are the things that I've learned, that you should do your due diligence during sales call. You have to be careful, do your research, and actually follow the person for a while before you make a huge high ticket course. So this was the first income stream and a lesson I learned from selling digital products on Etsy. And the second income stream that I did was blogging. This one was amazing. I basically started it around October. So I quit my job in June and started my self-employment in July. And I started the blog in around end of October, start of November. Again, I did invest in a course. This one is called Perfecting Blogging and Perfecting Pinterest by Sophie Lee. She is amazing. So I invested in the course and did the blogging bundle. If you're interested, I will leave the link in the description below. So I actually go through all her YouTube videos, and this time I actually did research. At the point in investing, she is still doing blogging and she have gotten results that I want and is realistic. I like her personality and everything, so I decided to invest in a course. And the thing that sold me was the lifetime access. Lifetime access, which means that if she were to update the course in the future, I still get to have the content for free because I already paid for it. So this is something that I look out for when I do courses as well, because that was, I think, 2024, if I'm not wrong, or 2020, let me see, 26, 25, 24, 23. So 2023, 2024, around there. And then this year, I think, or maybe end of last year, she updated the course with e-commerce content, and I got it entirely for free, which makes this investment even more worth it. And not to mention that this also comes with a Facebook community and you can network with other bloggers, which is what I did. Whenever I face a certain problem, I cannot solve it through Googling or anything, I will go to the Facebook community and ask for help, and we actually help one another there. And I feel that having a community is such a strong thing, because in self-employment, it's actually a very lonely journey, and if a course comes with the community aspect, then you won't be lost when something goes wrong, right? And because I invest in the course and I actually implemented everything that is taught in the course, I actually monetized my blog on Google AdSense within 1 month, which to me is amazing. And I've been continuing my blogging ever since till today. I'm still doing it. That's the second income stream that I built. The third income stream that I built was trying analytics as a service. This one failed miserably, but this is a huge lesson, because I now understand what kind of target audience we should target. So for analytics, it's actually important, right? But the thing about analytics is that it's not urgent. If I were to target business owners or even companies, they don't have the urgency to buy analytics as a service, which is why I eventually gave up on it and just let it go. And the last thing that I tried in year one is attending the Freedom Lifestyle Creator. This one was a major life changer, and this one is not just learning about skill, but growing mentally as a self-employed. And I actually chanced upon them through my manifesting video, and one thing led to another, and I got to meet Jabara, which gave the free challenge, and I eventually invested because I felt the energy exchange. I felt that it's really valuable. They know what they are talking about, and I would really recommend this if you are looking for a course that not just grows you skill-wise, knowledge-wise, but also mentally and spiritually, this is the one that I will recommend. And if you want to know what I learned, it basically teach you how to launch an online business plus sales technique. This is also where I got my first legit mentorship, which I learned about the urgency part and get to craft my whole personal brand. This one is around Q3, Q4 period, I think, like towards the end of year one. Yeah, so that's year one. Let's move on to year two, which is finding my footing. So for year two, things actually get interesting, right? Because I decided to give up analytics. I'm still doing blogging. I stopped at Z. So what am I doing in year two? So I basically pivoted to affiliate marketing and selling my own digital product. So the business model for this is similar. I know that I know myself well and I don't like doing the shipping and fulfillment part, which is the repetitive part. I like to be doing marketing and creating new stuff, and affiliate marketing and selling digital products offer me that. So affiliate marketing, if you haven't heard of it before, is basically helping marketing other people's product for a commission. That's basically what it is. Right. So the most common one is Amazon affiliate, but the commission is very, very low. The opportunity actually lies with high ticket products where the commission is like three figures. So when you do like 10 sales, then you will hit four figures immediately. Right. So that's where the opportunity lies in affiliate marketing. And the second one that I did was selling my own digital product. So this one was tricky, right? In year two, I still don't have as much confidence as I have compared to now. So past time me and now me is very, very different. Right now, I'm very confident with what I do, all the tips that I send out. But what kind of digital products I create, right? I created everything based on the course that I've went through and what I have actually applied to my own business. That's the tips that I put in the digital product itself, and they were very good. But I think about selling digital product that is that the growth compounds at the start is going to be very, very slow. So that's something that I learned as well, which is why I started to build a lot of income streams. Even for blogging, it's very slow. The Pinterest takes time to rank. Google takes time to rank. So when you see this kind of business model, what I can say is that they are all for long-term scaling. And it's just marketing and sales every single day. Year two is also the year where I learned about MRR, which basically means master resell rights. And I tried it out for a while, but it isn't for me because I feel like everyone in the industry is doing the same thing and the target audience just feel that everyone is saying the same thing. They don't know who to trust. And it was really, really hard to differentiate. And now me know why it didn't work out. It's because I didn't have a strong personal brand. I wasn't showing my face much back then. Right now I'm showing a lot of my face. So back then I wasn't showing my face much. It's not easy to build trust with people, and which is why MRR didn't work out for me. Right, but selling digital products part, that worked out quite well. I actually created 4 digital products, so 3 low ticket and 1 high ticket, which I already retired. So, but the low tickets, they are still on my Lily Studio shop. The first one is Lift the Fog. It's a 61-page guide on teaching you how to start an online business. Because after building so many income streams, I actually realized there's a pattern with all of them, and I share everything in Lift the Fog. The second thing was the Etsy Setup Toolbox. So this one is not to teach you how to grow your Etsy, but how to set up the Etsy shop. So it's different, right? I'm teaching you how to grow. This one, I didn't have results, so I wasn't comfortable to write a resource on it, but I did set up the Etsy, which is why I made a digital product on setting up Etsy so that they can save time when they set up their Etsy for the very first time. And the third thing I did was a mini Pinterest crash course. Back then, I hit like I think 1.5 million impressions on Pinterest. So I decided to do a mini Pinterest crash course for people who are new to Pinterest and wanted to use Pinterest as a marketing channel to promote their business. So these are the three low ticket items that I create and is still available on Lily Studio. I will link all of them below if you are interested. So after doing all of this for an entire year, I decided to move away and I get to learn about myself even more. I realized that the marketing felt very rinse and repeat. Even the content was like repurposing and rinsing and repeating, and I eventually didn't feel the spark anymore. So I eventually moved away from this and focus on other stuff, right? For my blog in year two, I actually doubled down on crochet related content because they were doing very well and hit 10k views per month, which I managed to switch from Google AdSense to Journey by MediaVite. So you can see that blogging really do very well for me. So if you're actually thinking about starting blogging, I would highly recommend. All right. So like I mentioned just now, I also stopped working on my first Etsy shop, but I didn't quit Etsy entirely. I actually started a print-on-demand shop instead. So the explain a little bit about print on demand. Print on demand basically means that you create a design and then you put the design on the product and then you sell it. So when customers place an order, you just submit the order in the print on demand shop and they will do the fulfillment and shipping for you. So this is something that I wanted to try out because I just like the idea, not having to deal with fulfillment and shipping and doing repetitive tasks. I like the designing part a lot and the marketing part a lot. So I thought to try out this print on demand model. In year two, I also started my part-time job because I started to feel the financial stress. So you can tell from the whole story that a lot of income streams that I started was very long-term growth thing. They need time to compound, and like because of financial mistakes I made, I eventually felt the financial stress. But I don't want to go back to a 9 to 5 job, you see. So I started my part-time job. It's a tufting instructor. So I'm still in a creative environment. So and teaching workshops. So I think this was like a good decision on my part because I get to take the burden off my shoulder. I feel more stable. I don't feel stressed all the time, which is actually bad for business if you are feeling stressed. Okay, so if you are in a similar state in me, you don't have to go back to a 9 to 5 job. You can find a part-time job like what I did. But don't just find any part-time job, find those that benefit you or can help you with your business. Right? Because my thought process is that if I quit a job that I don't like, then I'm not going back to analytics or doing with Excel sheets all day, right? I want to find something that makes me feel the spark or at least makes me feel happy. When I started finding my part-time job, I actually only sourced for two things. One, is it in a creative environment? And two, whether it helps me learn a new skill that will benefit me in the future. So these are only the two types of part-time job that I find. Okay, and the last thing that I tried in year two was starting a YouTube channel because I realized that the business model and how you earn money on YouTube is actually very similar to blogging. And because I didn't want to show my face at the start, I actually started with crochet tutorials and then I embed them in my blog post. And this strategy sounds super simple, right? It got me to 500 subscribers, which is actually insane. Which brings us to year three, which I named my Ikigai. So year three, I actually found my Ikigai and I've really felt so alive than year one and year two. And if I were to describe it, I felt like I'm finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So in my year three, the first thing I did was I started building mini tools for community. For my community, which is like the creative community, all things related to arts and craft, right? I was actually introduced to this. I'm not sure if it's a tool, but like it's called vibe coding, and I felt like basically you use AI to help you to code an app out, and I thought like this idea was so good. So the first thing I did was actually a pixel art converter. So basically what it does, this pixel art converter, is that you can drag an image in and turn it into pixel, and then you can use that for your own craft. So for me, for my niche, it will be pearl beads and crochet. And the second app that I built was a crochet diagram generator. This one I worked with a friend to code it from scratch. So this one was like a project between me and my friend, and what it does is that you write your crochet patterns written, and then the generator will help you to generate the diagram. So these are things that I tried and I put it on my blog for my community to use for free. And in my third year, I also started my graphic design services. So in this one was towards like January, like the second half of year 3, and started to build my portfolio. I wanted to do it properly, at least like 4 to 6 before I find clients actively more in Q2 and Q3. So I actually got my first client, I think in May. Secured my first client in May just through social media, and this one is more active income, I will say, but I like it, so I'm doing that on the side. The next thing I did was art licensing because so the story is that one day, like, I just have a download and I was looking at my K-pop stuff, and then I realized that, oh my gosh, all the producers are earn so much from royalties, and this made me think like, okay, I'm in art now. Are there any income streams that I can earn royalties as well? And this introduced me to art licensing. I basically told universe that, okay, I want to know in the art industry how I can earn royalties. And the next day, immediately in my FYP, I started to see lots of art licensing and surface pattern designers, and this opened up my eye, and I decided to start surface pattern design too. Right, so I'm someone that believes in manifesting. If you want something, just ask for it and trust the universe to provide. So this was it. And then for my blog, I still continuing, and this time I doubled down on design related content and crafts content. So my whole niche now revolves around arts and design, which is what I'm pivoting my blog to. And for my YouTube, I started embracing and showing my face and speaking to the camera. So you'll see that right now a lot of thumbnails have my face. Videos, I try to show my face as much as possible. But for tutorials, it's a bit hard to show my face while showing you how I do it. But I try to do it more so that I can build the trust with my subscribers over time. And I'm now working towards monetizing my YouTube channel. Hopefully I can hit it by the end of this year. That's the goal. But let's see. All right. And in year 3, I also finally invested in my print on demand shop around February this year. And I actually doubled down the hours I have on it. Hopefully Q4 will have results to show. Right now I can actually see sprinkles of it working already, so I'm super hopeful. I'm not gonna give up too much. I just want to share that I invested in a print on demand shop. If you're a graphic designer and you're considering print on demand, I will highly recommend it. And last but not least, I also started the Good Old Days Mail Club. This one is a monthly physical mail subscription where I have to do the designing, shipping, and fulfilling myself. And the goal of this is to gain experience and actually feel the art in my hand, and I treat it as a passion project. So I told myself that the commitment will be around 1 year, and then at the 1 year mark, I will decide whether I want to continue it or not. So far I've been making losses for the mail club, but that's okay. It's within expectations because I do not have target audience in the art niche. I just wanted to start it as a passion project. So I've been sending my art to friends and family. And for those of you who have subscribed to my good old days, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting my art. I really appreciate every single one of you. Alright, so that's the full story from why I left my job to year 1, year 2, and year 3. And here are some of the overall reflections that I have. The first one is that I realized that the more I try, the more I learn about myself, what I am good at, what I don't like, and I eventually move closer towards things that feel more me. So you can see that year one is super messy. Year two, I tried something that I feel like is sustainable in the long run. And year three, I finally find my ikigai, and I'm leaning towards the path that is more and more me. Right, and for all the things that I tried, I feel that they aren't wasted. I use those skills and knowledge and translate them into my new income streams. And so if you make a mistake, I think it's just a lesson learned, and like you just move closer and closer to your goal. And today my personal branding is clear, right? I move closer to how I want to build my personal brand, and I want to be recognized as someone who is very creative in the arts, craft, and design niche. So someone that is very multi-passionate, and I just want to let you know that if you have to decide your niche today, you just have to figure it out along the way and let the niche come to you. Especially if you're someone like jack of all trades, you know a little bit of everything, you like a bit of everything. It's hard to like niche down. I totally understand, which is why I eventually give up on it also. I just post what I want and stick to like the content pillars. And right now you can see that I'm looking for a lot of ways to build multiple income streams. And I truly believe that one day I will get there and have a stack that works for me. So for self-employment, the thing that I think the biggest problem that a lot of people will face is that they'll feel financial stress, and the income is not stable, and they'll just start to stress them out, which is why I feel that building multiple income streams is so important, because if one income stream doesn't work for a month, we still have other streams to, you know, lean on, and that won't really stress us up so far. And the thing about business is that it's seasonal. Some quarter it will be lower like summer slump, and some quarter will be higher like Q4 period, where people are doing a lot of gifting and buying a lot and spending a lot. And these are all normal and something that we have to get used to. Right. And moving forward, I will still continue to try a lot of things and continue to build my personal brand and my online empire. And if there's one thing you should take away from this video, it is to just start. Even if you feel that it's messy, it's not organized, just start. You just make it, you know, um, appear in your life first before making it perfect. And give yourself grace, give yourself time to bloom, give yourself time to learn, not especially if you're starting from zero, you won't master it like at once, right? You need to give yourself time to learn, be patient with yourself, your time will come. So there's this Chinese saying that I like to say, 天时地利人和, which basically means that the timing needs to be right, the environment needs to be right, you need to be ready. When all these three are aligned, then your time will come, and this is something that I truly believe in. And the second thing that I truly believe in is that if you have a gut feeling, or like a feeling that 9 to 5 isn't for you, and you want to start a business idea you have, I am a strong believer that you didn't have a dream in random. It is literally your future self asking you to start, and the universe put this in your brain because she knows that you can achieve it. And that's what I truly believe in. And that's it. I hope that you love this video. I actually didn't follow a script, so my thoughts might be messy. And I recorded this at night, so it's really from the bottom of my heart. And if there are anything that you would like to ask me about, leave them in the comments below. If we collate enough questions, I will do a FAQ video to answer all of your questions about self-employment and everything. And if you enjoyed this video and learn one thing or two, or feel inspired, give these videos a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you know when a new video is up. Go follow your dreams. Bye!